Hello Reshape, I hope you're fantastic today. In today's very stream, I want to share with you UPW part 21. Boo, we're still the first bit. We're still the first day. Oh man, it's so much information. I just wanna really go and separate information for you so it's easy to digest for you. Okay, guys. So without further ado, let's jump in. By the way, if you want to watch myself in 4K in a better sound quality, you can do so by just go and hit into my own profile, and then you will jump in. You can see the website there. When you click on the website and the fifth link, you will jump into my stream on YouTube, or you can just go and type in pogodora, and you can also find my live stream there as well. Okay, without further ado, let's jump in. Today we want to talk about what decisions. Yes, decisions, really important topic, decisions. And I know some people, hey man, decision, you have talked just several weeks before about decisions. Yes, I did, but I want to talk about, because decisions are a really important thing. And decisions are actually deciding that creates the quality of your life. That creates the quality of your life, full stop. And if your decisions are right or made in the wrong state, what happens? You will have crappy decisions. And because you do crappy decisions, what you have a crappy life. Pretty easy, right? And those decisions can be made in this life or in the previous life, when we go back to karma and stuff like that. However, we don't talk about the previous life today and also in the future lives today. We want to talk about this life you are right now and how you can make the decisions better, because decisions shape your life a lot more than just conditions. Conditions are you put into the condition, but if you're in a decision, you make a decision in a condition. You can say, I condition myself different as this condition is giving me around myself. And when you decide to be happy, when you decide to be powerful, when you decide to be in a freaking beautiful state, that everything, no condition can stop you, because you're unstoppable when you decide to have an inner condition in yourself. So no condition can stop your decision. Decisions are more powerful than condition can ever be. Now, let's go to the root, to the word decision. It's from decidere, which is in Latin, which means just to cut off. It means like you burn down the bridge. For example, you do something, and when you decide something, you decide something to not return back where you have been before. And this is actually what a real decision is. You decide to not go back where you have been before. Okay? This is what a decision is. Let's master the following thing. The first one, decide to not to suffer and live a life in a freaking beautiful state, no matter what. Do you have the guts to do it? Now, you can monitor yourself right now. How do you feel right now? Do you feel more empowered, or do you feel like, oh, hello darkness, my old friend? Do you feel like, okay, so how do you feel right now? Come in the comments box down below, because I just want to engage with you guys and just ask your guys, how do you feel right now? Because how do you feel right now is actually determines your reality right now. If you feel bad, comment if you feel bad. We can just make it really quick. Let's go to the state really quick, and we can recondition, because we can recondition the things. When you're tracking yourself right now down and say like, hey, I don't feel good, let's feel good, because you don't need anything to feel good. You can just do this exercise everywhere and just feel good. It calls actually, what is it called? It's actually from yoga. It's a yoga exercise. So it's nothing focus and something like that. You don't have to be afraid. Hell, it's like a freaking sack. No, it's not a sack. I don't want to involve you in such a thing. However, I just want to make a shout out to people right now on YouTube and on Facebook and Instagram. We have my mom and also Respaet. Thanks for watching. And let's just go really quick into the state. If you feel bad, so you can see the difference, how you feel right now, just monitor yourself, just go into yourself. How do you feel right now? Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? Do you feel calm? Do you feel your nose is itchy? How do you feel right now? Now, you know how you feel right now. Now you have monitored yourself how you feel right now. When you feel like in the low state, when you feel low vibration, then we can even higher the vibration. How we can do it? You put, okay, really important thing. I have just known it from yesterday. One friend has told me, it calls, Batista, something like that. So what do? you are put your palms together. You put your finger here, like you have a fist, right? But not fist. You put your like your thumb here and just here, okay? And now bastika, it's called bastika. And then you are putting your arms up, right? And when so you put arms up when you breathe in, like, right? You close your eyes, and when you breathe out, you put your arms down. Pretty easy, right? And this is one rep. We want to do 30 reps together, and we can higher our energy just sitting right now. You don't have to stand up. You can stand up if you want to jump and do it and more powerful, like whoa, like rip everything apart. It's up to you. You can do it. However, let's just do it really quick. Now close your eyes, and let's do it this really exercise, and so you can monitor how you feel better or not better than before. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's do whatever it takes. Okay, now just put your arms on your lap and now feel. How do you feel right now if you compare it with before? Do you feel better? Now recognize this feeling and open your eyes. Now you feel a little bit better, right? And the more reps you do, the more you're activating your breathing. And when you breathe, what is the problem? Well, you feel low energy because the blood inside of our in our vessels just becomes still, you know? It's just still in our feet or something like that. And when you're sitting a lot, you just stay there. However, if you are doing those exercises, you are pushing the blood like a pump up and down, up and down, up and down. So you are energizing your body. And when you energize your body, you're in a higher state. When you're in a higher state, you can also reach a beautiful state, which is Tony Robbins always talking about. And a beautiful state is a state when you feel just amazing, you feel awesome, you can just move the mountains with your greatness. And the problem on this thing is, not the problem on the state, but the problem on the most people is that the most people are often suffering when it comes to separateness. What is separateness? Well, they cannot really decide. Do they want to be in a beautiful state, or they want to suffer, and they decide to be like in the middle. But remember this. The moment you decide not to be in a beautiful state, you suffer. Full stop. The moment you decide not to be in a beautiful state, you suffer. And nobody wants to suffer, don't you? So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's go. Rise your energy. Rise your energy, because your energy is a factor of how do you feel and what kind of decisions you do. When you feel of low energy, you do crappy decisions. You cannot do good decisions when you feel not energized. You have to be in a peak state to feel good and to be energized and to rationalize all your things you do. It's not about being hyped, because hype is like over eccentric energy and it's a little bit not controlled. You have to control this energy, okay? It has to be controlled, high energy. And this energy is not becomes of hype because, hey, I get a new thing, I got a new gadget, I have the hype for a few minutes and then it's down. No, it's not about those things. It's all about to control your energy flow. It's to have the full control and having this energy at the top state you can have. And it's not about the hype, okay? Now, don't misunderstand hype and high energy, okay? It's a different pair of shoes. Okay, now, someone who is really enjoying every single day is really rare in our society. It's really rare. You cannot find so many people. You just go outside and ask some people, do you enjoy your day? Hey, go away, man. Hey, shut and stuff like that, you know? People will just be really unfriendly, especially current now with the corona. What will happen is people are just really pissed off and so on. And they have really low energy. They're just in threat. They're fearing everything. They're threat of their own people around them. They're fearful of themselves. I mean, if they caught this virus or not, even I say it's not even there. But you haven't heard it, okay? You haven't heard it. It's not there. But you haven't heard that it's not there. I mean, I knew it before, and I've also told you before, like last year already, what will happen. So yeah. But there are people who are feeling actually great. Thank you for watching. On to the real. And these are billionaires. Billionaires. Why not millionaires? Because millionaire, to get a million is not that hard nowadays. But billionaires are feeling freaking great. Feeling grateful and great in these very days. And by the way, every 6th day a new billionaire is made. Pretty intense, right? It's pretty intense when we have 8 billion people, and every single day one billionaire every 6th day. So every week you can say 1 billion is made. It can be the next Jeff Bezos every 6th day. Can you even imagine it? How beautiful place we are right now. Of course, we can complain, we can blame and everything, but we can use the situation. We can use the situation and decide to be in a beautiful state. In fact, we live currently in a world where technology is starting to use us, and not we are using the technology. A good example, your thread. Your whole thread on Facebook, your whole notifications on Facebook, on Instagram, your whole thread on this and stuff. You know what I mean, right? The whole thing, that infinite line, it is using us. Now, there are actually apps. There are actually apps which can cut it off. For example, I myself, I am using on YouTube, on YouTube, I'm using like an app where you don't see any ads, when you don't see any suggestions, like no suggestions, stuff like that. You can just Google it, like no suggestions, no things on YouTube. On Facebook, I have also an app. I just kind of see you. How's it called? How's it called on Facebook? I just want to see it really quick. Because on Facebook, I have also an app which instead of the whole timeline, I have a quote. It's better. It's better to have a nice quote which is empowering than having freaking timeline and you are losing time. For example, this it's called a feed irradiator, newsfeed irradiator on Facebook. Just download it and it will help you a lot, especially when it comes to productivity. You can use the technology, of course, when you put on ads and stuff like that. However, if you're just scrolling through the thread, through the whole timeline, when you're doing all this stuff, it just takes too much time. And then you become used by technology. You don't use technology anymore. For example, today's quote that I have right now: "Never leave that till tomorrow, which you can do today." Benjamin Franklin, aka no procrastinate. Really, really powerful things you can do there. Same goes for YouTube. I believe on YouTube, how's it called on YouTube, by the way? I just want to see. I want to go on YouTube. I don't have a timeline at all there. And no suggestions. Yeah, I have just nothing there. Yeah, and this is actually the cool thing. I don't have to struggle with all this. I don't know how it's called, but you can just download it on your app. On your, at least on my PC I have it. And you can do it on PC too, and it will help you a lot because it will rise your productivity. It will make you not being forced by all these things, you like, and just sometimes it will pop up some ads here and there, especially when you go through people's stories and stuff like that. However, normally not. Normally it's a really safer place in just scrolling through the feed. Now let's go to the next one. Make better decisions in a beautiful state. Really important. We are doing better decisions in a beautiful state. When we are not in a beautiful state, our decisions are crappy. When you are currently complaining where right now, when you're blaming about people and stuff like that, this is all about crappy decisions that we did in not beautiful state, in a freaking suffering state. When we're suffering state, we will suffer. When we do decisions in the suffering state, it is leading to more suffer. If you want to more suffer, there you go. However, if you don't want to suffer, if you want to have a better life, then do your decisions on when you're on a peak state. When you're not on peak state, don't do them. Full stop. Because crappy decision will ruin your life. I'm telling you the truth. Crappy decision will ruin your life. When you feel like you cannot do decisions right now, because every human being has a capacity of decisions every single day he can do. When you do more than this kind of capacity, it's an individual capacity, by the way, then what happens is you do crappy decisions. You don't want to do it. Better you are swapping these decisions to another day, you procrastinating on decisions. It's better to procrastinate on a decision than do a crappy decision. Write this down. It is better to procrastinate on a decision than do a crappy one. Okay? When you feel like 2 days, really bad days, one of those days, then just don't do any decision in these days. Or, I have shown you the technique, and go and hire your state, get to the peak state, and then do the decision. Because then your perspective will change. You will see if this decision is the right one, not right one, and even this kind of opportunity is right before, in front of your feet, if it's even good for you or not. Okay? Now, ask yourself those questions. Why I must and why I will, and suffering when it arises. Just ask yourself, put your arm on your heart, just close your eyes and ask yourself, why I must and will, and suffering as it arises. This is the first question. Ask yourself. You can write down the answer, maybe here in the chat, or you can write it down, which might be even better if you write down with your hand on a piece of paper. Now the second question you can ask yourself, why I will live in a beautiful state every day, no matter what. Why I will live in a beautiful state every day, no matter what. Ask yourself those questions, answer those questions, and those questions will lead you. Because I said it before, decision is something to cut off. Cut off means you don't go back to the past. So don't do it. Don't go back. Go front. Move forward. And this will lead you, as one of my coaches said, so you can live the life you're truly born to live if you follow your heart and take action. But the action is, in this case, monitoring if you're in a beautiful state or not. If not, do it. Do the exercise, rise in your state, and then go for something. It is like, as I told in Japanese, currently we have, the Demon Slayer, the anime is pretty common for the weeps, for the weeps around you. You might know it. It is like an anime about people who are hunting demons, something like that. But the thing is, when he was training, when Tanjiro was trained there to become a demon slayer, he had to train to have this kind of breathing with the whole body for 24/7. He had to train it to become stronger. And he was even woken up when he wasn't breathing this thing. So people monitored him. Pretty hard training. This is exactly what you should do. Monitor your state. If you feel you're not in a beautiful state, you're in a suffering state, wake yourself up and bring you to the beautiful state. When you feel in a beautiful state, stay there. And when you feel it goes down again, bring it back. Bring it back over and over again. And it becomes a muscle. It becomes a muscle you are training every single day. And because you bring yourself to a beautiful state, you're bringing beautiful things into your life. How many of you want to live a better life? How many of you want to live a life of fulfillment, of joy and happiness? Having people around you who are loving you. Having circumstances which are helping you to unleash your whole potential. To live your own calling. How many of you want to do it? Say I. And because you want to do it, your ticket to this life is your state. So make a decision right now to be in a state no matter what. Even the world must falling down all around you. Everything is bad. But you decide to be in this beautiful state. And because you are in a beautiful state, like yesterday, I've seen one guy, he is a host, and he told one thing. One trainer said like the second level people, like you have the first place restaurant, second place restaurants, like, right? And the first as a second place restaurants, right? Those are, or on a second place, who are not so good, right? They are actually controlled by the circumstances. The first class restaurant are like not really, or people, first class people are not controlled by the circumstances. And the elite, the number one of everything, restaurant or people or athletes, are using circumstances. And when you're in a state, you can use those. You can use the circumstances. You become capable of using circumstances around you. The circumstances will not punish you. They will help you to grow. They will help you to improve yourself and improve the life not just of yourself, but of your environment, and eventually maybe globally. Because you have it right now. You have the tool. Use it. Now, Reshaper. And one thing I also just want to add is, before I warp up with today's stream, is we are all main roles of our life, which is with a film which is called Our Life. However, many people are just playing the part role, not the main role. You have to play the main role, the main cast, the best you can. So it becomes better than every movie ever. So, are you ready for it? Say I if you are. Now, you got the tool. You know what to do? How do you feel right now? Do you feel amazing? Do you feel great? Say yes when you feel great. Say, I feel amazing. Because those words are not just words, but those vibration of those words will go deep inside of your core, deep inside on your subconscious mind, deep inside of your body. And then you feel the energy. That you're capable of everything you won't ever have. It is right in front of you. Just use these tools. Don't take this for granted. Don't put it on a shelf and say it's data for later. Because it's never later. If you put it on later, it will never arrive. Because you will forget it. Use this as it's fresh. Now, Reshaper. Comment comments box below what some of the things up so far. I hope you got some value from it. If so, comment what's the value you got from, what's insight you got from, what's the decision you just made. Also, I just want to make a mass shout out to people on YouTube, people on Facebook and Instagram. Have an awesome day and an awesome week from tomorrow. And as always, do not lie to yourself and pursue your passion now.